Good evening, students. Today we'll do an exercise of sentence improvement. Do you know what sentence improvement is, or what do we do in sentence improvement? All sentence improvement questions consist of a sentence with part underlined, followed by 4 answer choices. Your task is to choose the best version from the choices given. Now it would be very easy if you could read the choices and pick the one that sounds best. But the sentences are often very confusing. Therefore, you need a systematic approach. Now, what you will have to do is first read the sentence carefully and try to spot an error. Second, if you can find an error, eliminate the answer choices that contain the same error. Third one, go through the remaining choices to find the second error and fix that. And the fourth one is finally read the whole sentence with the option you are selecting in place. Remember that sentence improvement is effective expression as well as correct expression, and therefore you should choose answers that are clear and concise, right? So here I am going to give you some questions of sentence improvement in which there will be an underlined part which may have an error. If you think there is any error and that is to be improved, you may select one of the choices that have been given to you. If you think there is no error, you can choose option that is including no change required. Okay, so let's start with the exercise of sentence improvement. So here we'll be starting the exercise of sentence improvement. First question for you is, they continued to work in the field despite of the heavy rains. The underlined part is despite of the heavy rains. Now you have to find out whether this sentence, this part of the sentence contains an error or not. If it contains an error, it is to be improved. If not, then the answer, no change required, will be there. So first option for improvement is in spite the heavy rains. Next option, although heavily rains. The option is even though it rained heavily. And the last option is no improvement required. Can you tell me which option is the best one? Okay, I tell you. Here, the use of despite of the heavy rains is absolutely incorrect. Despite is the preposition which doesn't take off with it. Despite always comes without any other preposition with it. So here, the correct option or the correct improvement of the part will be C, even though it rained heavily. Okay, if we talk about option A, in spite. This in spite will be taking off with it. So in absence of this is absolutely incorrect. If we talk about option B, although heavily rains, it's not grammatically perfect. And if we talk about D, no improvement required, that is not so. Because there is the need of an improvement. Because despite will be coming without of. And the most suitable option which will be improving the part of the sentence is even though it rained heavily. Right? So C is correct answer. Next question for you is, despite his old age, his movements were as spirited as young men. The underline is with the part as young man. This part is underlined. In the option for improvement, these are, option A is a young man. Option B is if a young man. Option C is those of a young men. And option D is no improvement required. Can you tell me which is the correct option? Okay, I tell you. Correct option is option C, right? If we are doing comparison of the movements of a man to the movements of a young man, we are comparing the movements to the movements of a young man, the movements of an old man to the movements of a young man, not the movements of an old man to a young man. Feel the difference between the words, between the sentences. The main thing is the like is to be compared to like. So here option A is absolutely incorrect because it is grammatically incorrect. If we talk about option B, it is also grammatically incorrect. That doesn't suit the sentence. And no improvement, it is not possible because comparison has not been done correctly. That's why those of a young man, that means the movements of a young man, here is the best answer, the right option. Understood? Okay, let's move ahead. The next question for you is, this project would encourage development and enable every village to govern their own destiny. And the part underlined is to govern their. Do you think there may be any improvement in the part of the sentence? The options for you are option A, to govern his. Option B is to govern its. Option C is may govern their. And option D is no correction or no improvement required. Right? So can you tell me which option is the correct answer or the correct improvement, or you think there's no need to have any improvement? Okay, I tell you. The correct option is option B, to govern its. As we read the sentence, this project would encourage development and enable every village. Village. If we talk about this word village, the correct pronoun for this word will be it. And the possessive case of it is its. That's why we can't use here there, as we can take village as a singular entity. That's why we'll be using its instead of using that. If we talk about this option A, to govern his, this is also incorrect because we can't use this pronoun his for village. May govern there, this is absolutely incorrect. And of course, there's the need of improvement. That's why we have ticked or marked option B, right? So the correct possessive pronoun for village will be its. Okay, let's move ahead with the next question. And the next question for you is, taxes are high in this country, aren't they? And the underlying part is aren't they? And the options for improvement are aren't taxes, B is don't they, option C is do they, and option D is no improvement required. Can you tell me which is the best option? Okay, I tell you. This sentence, taxes are high in this country, aren't they? The question tag, aren't they, is absolutely correct. That's why here no improvement is required because it is grammatically correct. For taxes, the correct pronoun will be they. As the verb being used is are, so here will be aren't. And the sentence in this way is absolutely fine, absolutely correct. That's why we'll be using option D as the correct option. No improvement required. Next question for you is, after the successful performance of the great actor was over, there was a thunderstruck applause for a few minutes. Here you see the underlying part is a thunderstruck, and the options are decisive, option B is cheerful, option C is thunderous, and option D is no improvement required. Can you tell me which is the correct option? The correct option is C. If we talk about option A, this word decisive will be not suitable according to the context because this is not the correct collocation for the word applause. Decisive applause, it can't be possible to use. Yes, next word cheerful applause. The applause will of course be cheerful. That's why this is also not a right collocation for the word applause. Yes, the word thunderous is alright. And if we talk about the underlying word, a thunderstruck, it's absolutely incorrect according to the context because the word thunderstruck means astonished. Can any applause be astonished ever? No. That's why this word thunderstruck is absolutely wrong and this should be replaced with the word thunderous. Right? Next question for you is, every human advance carries with it not only automatic benefits but also a new responsibility and we must remain constantly aware for the dangers of misuse. So the underlying part is aware for, and the answers for improvement are aware about, aware of, aware to, and the last option is no change required. Can you tell me which is the correct option or which is the best alternative? Yes, the correct option is option B because aware is the word which takes a fixed preposition that is of. Aware along with for is grammatically incorrect. A preposition which is always used with aware is of. That's why B option is correct. Let's move to next question. The output of a factory is not being satisfactorily monitored. The underlying part is not being satisfactorily. And the options for improvement are has not been satisfactory. Option B is has not been satisfactorily. Option C is not being satisfactorily. And option D is satisfactory. Can you tell me which is the correct option as an improvement here? Here the underlying part is not being is absolutely incorrect because is never takes been with it as a verb. These verbs is and been can never be used together. That's why the option B is absolutely correct grammatically. It completes the sentence correctly. Right? Let's move to next question. Next question for you is, despite all my constraints and shortcomings, I would be definitely helped him. The underlined part is I would be definitely helped. And the options, the possible options for improvement are would have definitely helped. Option B is should be definitely helping. Could be of definite help. And the last option is no change required. Can you tell me the correct option over here? Okay, I tell you. If we talk about the underlying part, would be definitely helped. This would be helped can come when the sentence given is in passive voice. But this part of the sentence is not a passive voice according to the context. It must be an active voice. That's why would be plus V3 use is absolutely incorrect in the line. But the correct option will be would have definitely helped as it is an active sentence and grammatically correct as well. Should be definitely helping is not suitable according to the context. Could be of definite help. It is also not suitable if we talk about could be definitely help. Could be of definite help, sorry. And if we replace this part with could be of definite help, let's arrange it in this form. Despite all my constraints and shortcomings, I could be of definite help him, help him, definite help him. Will this be grammatically correct? Not? Okay. This will not be grammatically correct. So that's why A option will be correct according to the context. Next question for you is, he persevered and succeed despite a lot of obstacles. And the underlying part is persevere and succeed. Succeed. And the options for improvement are persevered. Persevere, that means to continue a course of action. Persevered and succeeded. Option B is perseveres and succeed. C option is persevered and succeeded in. And option D is no change or no improvement required. The right option, which is the right option, students? The right option is option A, persevered and succeeded. Because as we follow the sequence of tense, the forms of verb should be same. That's why here second form of word persevered has been given. But this word succeed is not in its second form. It has been given in first form. That means one verb relates to past and the other relates to present. That is not possible in the sentence. It makes the sentence grammatically incorrect. That's why to correct it grammatically, we do it persevered and succeeded. Right, students? So it was all about sentence improvement exercise. I hope you have understood whatever I have made you understand. Right? So thank you.